The Red Sox take on the Yankees, 7:05 p.m. Eastern first pitch. The Yankees are minus 165, totals 10.5 juice to the under. The Red Sox are plus 145 on the money line. And if you like Boston to keep this one close, they're minus 138, catching the 1.5 on the run line. We got Martin Perez for the Sox, Jordan Montgomery for the Yankees. I'm currently hitting at 61% my last 28 NBA tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. I also hit 3 out of my last 4 extra daily picks on that site as well. For more information on how you can join in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the Red Sox have lost their last 7 straight ball games. They've given up 74 total runs during that debacle. Boston's just 3-7 straight up on the road this season. Failed to cash in on the run line in 7 of those 10 road games as well. The Sox are in the bottom 10 in scoring, bottom 10 in striking out at the plate, really struggling to make contact. Martin Perez takes the mound for Boston tonight. 11 walks and just over 21 innings pitched, 2-2 record on the season. The Sox also rank in the bottom 3 in runs allowed, bottom 3 in hits allowed. They're taking on a Yankees squad who's been virtually unbeatable at home. They're 9-1 straight up at Yankee Stadium, 9-1 ATS as well. And of course, when I refer to ATS or the spread, I'm referring to the run line. Now, the Yankees rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 10 in hits. They won their last 5 straight and successfully cashed in on the run line in all 5 of those matchups. Jordan Montgomery's taken the bump for the Yankees here this evening, 2-1 on the season, 1.15 whip. The Yankees are a perfect 10-0 in their last 10 hosting the Red Sox. They also rank in the top 5 in hits allowed on average per game. Now, total-wise, New York 70% to the over at Yankee Stadium this season. 4 out of their last 6 games against the American League got over the number as well. Meanwhile, the Red Sox on the other side saw 6 out of their last 10 road games get over the total themselves. Give me the Yankees minus 1.5 and the over 10.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Monday's MLB baseball action. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend. Now, before we dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, I just have to quickly remind you once again that we are currently 3-1 in our last 4 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also hitting at 61% in our last 28 NBA tier package plays on that site as well. If you want some more information on how you can join in on the action, the link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we are going to take a look at the Washington Nationals versus the Atlanta Braves, 7:10 p.m. East. The Braves are minus 155, totals 10.5 juice to the under. The Nats are plus 135 as the underdog in the spot here. And if you like them for some run line cash, they're minus 150, catching the 1.5. We got Anibal Sanchez for Washington, Tuki Toussaint for the Braves. Now, Atlanta's won their last 2 straight ball games, and that's going to include a 4-0 shutout loss. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Just scratch what I just said. The Braves currently rank in the top 10 in hits. The top 10 in runs allowed, top 10 in hits allowed. They've also been very good at home this season, 7-2 straight up at Truist Park. Toussaint's also struck out 23 batters in just over 17 innings of work. The Braves are taking on a Nats squad who dropped 4 out of their last 6, including an 8-2 loss to the Mets during that span. Washington's just 4-5 ATS on the road this season, and they rank in the bottom 10 in hits allowed. Anibal Sanchez takes the hill for Washington today, 0-3 on the year with a 9.69 ERA and a 2.15 whip. Wow, pretty good there. The Nats won just 2 out of their last 6 ball games when catching plus money. Now, total-wise, 78% of Washington's away games got over the posted total. Sanchez's last 2 starts also got over the number. Meanwhile, the Braves saw 4 out of their last 6 games get over the total themselves. Give me the Braves winning this one outright and the over 10.5 in that game. All right, next contest. It is going to be the Rockies Astros, 9:10 p.m. East. The Astros are $1.60. Totals 9.5, juiced 15 cents to the over. The Rockies are plus 135 on the money line. They're also minus 145 on the run line. We got Kyle Freeland for the Rockies, Brandon Bilak for the Astros. The Bilak's 2-0 in the year with a 1.76 ERA. The Astros have won their last 4 straight, including an 11-1 double-digit blowout victory over the Mariners during that stretch. Houston ranks in the top 10 in run production per game, top 10 in striking batters out. They're currently 8-4 at Minute Maid Park this season, and they won 73% of their ball games when favored. They're taking on a Rockies club who lost 5 out of their last 7, and that's going to include 2 separate losses where they gave up double-digit run totals. Now, Colorado's 0-5 in their last 5 matchups with Houston. They're also in the bottom 3 in striking batters out, bottom 10 in hits allowed. Now, scoring-wise, Colorado's gone 75% to the under when traveling this season. The Astros, on the other side, saw 3 out of their last 4 stay under the number themselves. Give me the Astros winning this one straight up and the under 9.5 in that game. All right, next contest I have for you. It is going to be the Oakland A's taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks, 9:40 p.m. Eastern first pitch. The A's are minus 115, totals 9.5, juice to the under. The D-backs are the minus 105 underdog in this spot here. They're also minus 165, catching the 1.5. Zach Gallen's for Arizona, Chris Bassett for the Athletics. Bassett's 2-0 with a 2.42 ERA. He struck out 19 batters in just over 22 innings pitched. And he also has a sub-1 whip of just 0.90. The A's are on a 4-game winning streak and dropped 15 on the Giants yesterday. They've also won 13 out of their last 15 and have the most wins in the big leagues alongside of the Dodgers. Oakland ranks in the top 5 in scoring, top 5 in runs allowed. They're giving up just 3.8 runs per contest on average, and they find themselves winning 70% of their road games. They're taking on an Arizona club who's won just 44% of their games when catching plus money. Zach Gallen takes the mound, and, as good as he's been this season, really, really good stuff, he's failed to pick up a win thus far. He's winless on the year. Arizona's in the bottom 10 in runs allowed, bottom 10 in hits allowed. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, 8 out of the D-backs' last 11 versus the AL West went over the posted total. 5 out of the D-backs' last 7 ball games got over the posted total as well. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we're looking at an Oakland squad where 6 out of Oakland's last 7 got over the number themselves. Give me the A's winning this one outright and the over 9.5 in that contest. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Mariners-Dodgers, 9:40 p.m. East. The Dodgers are the $3.30 fave, totals 9.5, juiced 15 cents to the over. The Mariners are plus 260 on the money line, and if you like them to cover, they're plus $1.30 on the run line. We got Justin Dunn for the Mariners, Ross Stripling for the Dodgers. Now, the Dodgers, are on a 5-game winning streak, including a 3-game sweep of the Angels, along with a 11-2 dismantling of the Padres during that stretch. The Dodgers rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 10 in hits. They're currently winning 70% of their games when favored, and they're 5-2 straight up in their last 7 hosting the Mariners. Ross Stripling's on the bump for Los Angeles, 3-1 on the season, 20 strikeouts, 1.15 whip. The Dodgers are tied with the A's for the most wins in the majors, and they're also taking on a Seattle club who lost their last 5 straight themselves, and that includes an 11-1 embarrassment to the Astros. Seattle's just 7-16 on the season and find themselves 9.5 games behind the first place A's in the AL West. The Mariners have won just 4 of 13 away from home, and they win just 33% of their games when catching plus money. The Mariners are scoring just 3.7 runs per contest, which is in the bottom 3 in baseball. Justin Dunn has 10 walks compared to 8 strikeouts, along with an ERA of 4.85 and a whip of 1.62. The Mariners are also in the bottom 10 in striking out at the plate and in the bottom 3 in runs allowed on the road. Now, total-wise, 10 out of the Mariners' last 13 road games got over the number. 7 out of their last 8 head-to-head meetings with LA got over the total as well. The Dodgers, on the other side, well, they saw 5 out of their last 7 against the American League get over the number themselves. So with all that said and done, give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 in the over 9.5 in that contest. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you sign up for a package today, just keep in mind, we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.